Thank you for coming to the webinar today. Today I'm going to talk about the Green Schools Challenge with the James River Green Building Council and the role of the mentors and the schools in this program. A green school building is defined as a school building or facility that creates a healthy environment that is conducive to learning while saving energy, resources, and money. And this is the main focus as we move into this Green Schools Challenge. And this is the vision proposed by the U.S. Green Building Council, and the vision is to have green schools within a generation. And part of us starting this vision is through this Green Schools Challenge. In the United States, we have 55 million students, 5 million faculty, and this comprises about 20% of America's population. And these are people who spend days throughout the year in the school environment, so we want to make that environment as friendly and as welcoming as possible. In Virginia, we have 132 school divisions, and 56 of those are in the James River Green Building Council region. Statewide, that's 1,881 schools and over 1 million students in the state. So what is the Green Schools Challenge? The U.S. Green Building Council and the James River Green Building Council chapter is challenging selected Central Virginia schools to devise and implement, with the help of the professional green mentors, the most creative, effective, and no or low-cost sustainable practices for their schools and communities. And this idea initially started with a grant proposal that we submitted to the U.S. Green Building Council, and we received $2,000 to initiate this challenge, and we've since had some sponsors come on board, which we're really grateful for, and this is going to be a very successful program. So the Green Schools Challenge goals include the following: to energize sustainable curriculum in the school systems, lower the school operating and maintenance costs, reduce the carbon footprint, increase facilities indoor air quality, improve the learning and teaching environment, conserve our natural resources, encourage students to think creatively about sustainability, promote environmental stewardship in our communities, encourage the school to be this community epicenter, create a generation of environmentally conscious adults, and also engage the business community and building industry to help students green their schools. So these are pretty lofty goals, but judging from the array of projects that we already have coming into the challenge, it's going to hit a lot of these marks. And at the end of this challenge, just to give you an idea of the time frame, we'll go over this a little bit later, but the challenge starts now, and we'll be pairing mentors with the school partners in the next month to get all the details worked out. And until May of 2011, the mentors will work with the schools to implement the environmental project. And this could be something that the schools have already started, or it could be something that's brand new that they've kind of brainstormed with the mentor and determined they want to do. And so this, following the criteria that you see here, is what we're going to be judging the final award ceremony on. And I do want to reiterate that there are going to be a lot of different projects coming out of this, because we have some school districts that have 50 schools and we have some school districts that have 3 schools. And we're going to be looking at the different playing field and leveling that and looking at different award categories based on the different projects that schools are doing. So this is to thank our mentors. We have dedicated mentors have the ability to create change in a community. And I did this last Thursday when we had 30 volunteer mentors, that after our launch event on last Thursday in Charlottesville, we have about 37 mentors. So thank you to our volunteer mentors. They're going to obviously be an integral part of this program. And on the school side, the schools are going to be the other matching integral part. So the call for mentors, JRGBC is challenging qualified businesses and individuals to mentor local JRGBC schools to devise and implement the most creative, effective, and no or low-cost sustainable practices for their schools. And as a mentor, the mentors are committing to at least 4 hours per month to work with the school from now through May. So it's a decent amount of commitment, but that also means you're going to get a nice project completed in that time frame. And the mentors that we have, they should be businesses or persons associated with the building industry, and they may include architects, engineers, general contractors, green contractors, vendors, lead APs. I'd say about 60 to 75% of our current vendors are lead APs, but that's not a prerequisite. And we have a few UVA students that are committed to being mentors as well. And we also have a lot of parents that are involved with PTOs or PTAs at their school that are involved, and that they're a really great connection with the schools. And JRGBC is one of the larger groupings of school divisions within our state, And this is the first part of the schools. These are all schools that are in our region that are eligible to be part of the challenge. It does not mean that they're all signed on at this point in time. The second part of the list, that's the last slide. And the mentor responsibilities are listed below. It will be to provide sustainability, expertise, and guidance at your assigned school, complement the teacher's efforts to provide a sustainable curriculum, commit to a minimum of 4 hours per month of personal time mentoring within the assigned school, helping the students and teachers grade their schools for little or no cost. And there are many ideas. We'll also have some resources for low or no cost projects. We'll go through some in this presentation, but we'll also have some on the greendotsbuild.org website. And help assigned schools compete for special recognition in the Green Schools Challenge. And we will have 2 mentor training workshops that will be in webinar format. And those probably won't be a full 2 hours. We'll probably be looking at an hour to an hour and a half, and we'll get those dates out this week. So the challenge timeline on December 2nd, which was last Thursday, we had an official launch of the Green Schools Challenge in Charlottesville, Virginia. It was very well attended. We had about 45 people. We gained about 7 mentors. And we also gained about 5 school districts that are interested at that meeting. So it was a great launch, and we're happy to get it started. And December 2010, now we'll begin the in-school program with students and Green Mentors. And I'll be sending that match information to mentors as it becomes available. May 2011 will be the conclusion of the Green Schools Challenge. And then late May, early June, we'll do the Green Schools Challenge Award ceremony. So some ideas for your school. These are some things that schools are already doing, and they've committed that this is going to be their project, and they want the mentor to help them further it. Or these are just ideas that are low or no cost that are going to be specialties for a lot of the mentors that they can help the schools do this easily. So composting. On the right-hand side, you'll see a compost tumbler, and this is something that we've used in Albemarle at quite a few schools. And I prefer these because the health department doesn't have as much of an issue with them. They're easy for kids to work with, and you can also collect compost tea from the base of this tumbler. Recycling, that's a biggie. A lot of schools are interested in it. If you do choose to do a recycling project, I would also encourage you to focus on reducing and reusing as well as you're doing this campaign. A lot of research to see what options are available in your area. I know here in Albemarle we have the option of doing a separate commingled stream for recyclables, or going to a materials recovery facility and combining our municipal solid waste with the recycling stream. So that will take a decent amount of research to see what's out there and what's available for your school division to work with, and then finding out the cost of those services. Something that's typically free or can even raise money is on the left-hand side. You'll see cell phones. There are plenty of fundraising programs out there where the school can collect these and get money for it. And I have those resources available if that's something your school is interested in. And also something like ink cartridges you can get a decent amount of money for. Another thing is the electronic waste. There's a program from a few different vendors in Virginia where they'll actually pick up electronic waste, the computers and such, from the schools for no cost. So that could be a great program to get started. And you'd, again, probably save the school district money because they're not going to be paying those landfill fees for that waste if they are not recycling it. Some more ideas is having a junk art class. This is something fun if you can get linked up with the art teacher or a science class who might want to do something like this. We actually had a school, Henley Middle School, who did a fundraiser. They actually did a silent auction with the junk art that the school produced, and that became part of $40,000 that they raised for a solar thermal system at their school. Additional ideas for your school might be calculating your carbon footprint. And you could do this for one classroom. You could do this for an entire school building. You could have this as a challenge for the students to do it in their homes. So this is another thing that can be tailored to the size of group that you're working with. Some additional ideas, and this is a pretty hot topic in most every school district that you'll be visiting. Conduct an energy audit of the school or start an energy awareness campaign. Search out any energy vampires and Kilowatt. That's the device name that you see on the right-hand side. You can actually measure what different appliances are drawing. Plug them in. You can test a refrigerator or microwave or different plug loads all around the school. Bring energy-saving ideas to students' homes. And one option that is probably more viable for smaller school districts than larger ones is benchmarking the schools in Portfolio Manager. Typically, the larger school school districts will already have a good handle on what energy they're using, but some smaller school districts might really benefit from that if they're not already doing it. Capturing rainwater for use, it's going to be in a rain barrel. You could be doing a rain garden for the school, and we do have a lot of landscape architects as mentors, so that could be a really good fit for them. Something else would be reducing the school's water consumption by looking at fixtures and leaks, and a full-out fixture replacement may not be something that's feasible. However, doing something like adding aerators to sinks may be a pretty low-cost solution that will save them a lot of water and money. Additional ideas for schools is a couple of schools have come to us into the challenge requesting this specifically, that to have a school garden. So this is another project that could be something that your school would be interested in. Habitat Partner Schoolyard Habitat Program. This is something that actually creates an outdoor classroom, and the Schoolyard Habitat provides training on this. We had a lot of people interested in this at the launch event on Thursday, and I have plenty of additional information. You can email me if this is something that your school would want to be involved with. So these are our participating schools, and this list is growing daily, so it is in flux. Chesterfield County, we have Robius Elementary and Greenfield. Hanover, we have Cool Springs, Mechanicsville, Patrick Henry High School, and John Gandy Elementary. Augusta County is going to be participating. Albemarle County, we've actually added 2 schools since this point in time. Buckingham County will have Buckingham County Middle School. We're working with them to get the project in line. City of Richmond, Mary Montfort Elementary wants to work in school garden, and Goochland County will have Goochland High School involved. This is the website that is going to be updated frequently. It's green.build.org, and we'll have information about all 4 chapters in Virginia that are doing this challenge, but specifically you can go to the James River Green Building Council area to see more specific information about us and our challenge. Next steps from this point on, the mentors will have the ability to attend 2 different training sessions that will be via webinar, and I'll send those dates out this week. And at that point, they'll be making initial contact with the school partners, so that will be taking place from now through January. Thank you to our premier sponsors, SHW Group and James River Air Conditioning Company. We couldn't do this challenge without them. And also thank you to our gold sponsor, Aero Integrated Solutions. My contact information is listed below, greenschools@jrgbc.org. Please send me any questions you have. And getting back to that email address, I can send you any mentor forms or any school acceptance forms if you know anybody is interested or want to have those for distribution. Thank you for attending, and we look forward to a great challenge.